Okay, so, well, if there are no further objections... Objection? Objection? Alright, crank it up. Please don't be messed up. It's a Capcom game. Of course it's gonna be messed up. Can I make this bigger? I don't really care about privacy policy. I gotta figure out how to, Objection? What's the objection? Wow, you get to turn it on so it just goes. Borderless, okay. Alright. Should I go for a bigger resolution? Let's just keep this. That's what you guys have anyway. I think that one might be gone, Zelric. I think I deleted that one for something else. I see chat. Okay. Okay, is this beginning one? This is the left one. Oh, these have numbers on them. Okay. Wait. Okay, so we need to switch games. Oh, God, no, get out! Get me out! Get me back! Okay. I didn't know what it was, so I just clicked on it. Alright, I guess we start here? This one feels like there are less episodes than there were in the last one. Showdown time. Is that 2 full houses? Yeah, 2 full houses. You lose. Argagaga. Eek. I'm not sure the art style is very good this time. What splatter? 52 card pickup. I seem to be in a bit of trouble. Something like that. Dead. Someone hit him. Hard. Me? Please. Cops should be here any minute. I mean, your hands should have come to that. Well, this looks familiar. April 20th, 9:37 a.m. District Court. Okay, so... Oh, wrong button. What am I doing? Is he back? Okay, the buttons are all different. What's history? Oh, you can go back and play back. Okay, that's nice. Panicked. Palm sweaty. I can admit it. I'm nervous. Ah, good morning. Good morning, sir. Look tense. Justice, wound up tight. Well, wound up, sir? No. I'm loose. I'm fine. A screeching noise. Is that your voice? So is it to be expected? Your first trial and it's a homicide. I guess justice doesn't start small, eh? I'm fine. I got up at 5 a.m. doing my Cords of Steel voice workout. I'm fine. That explains it. I detect a certain rasping quality to your screech. Cough. I overdid it again. Here's the thing. Like, when you're doing, like, a marathon, you train in advance. You don't train the day of the marathon. As you know, your client today is a good friend of mine. I don't want to let him down. You get my drift. Drift gotten, sir. I'm all over that drift. As it happens, I dined with him the night of the murder. We can't let this case fall through. Yes, yes. I'm fine, sir. One more thing. Don't say you're fine quite so much. It might take you the wrong way. Gulp. I'm preparing our case. You might want to introduce yourself to the client. The text is nice and big and easy to read. And it's Apollo Justice. Does everything look good? Everybody happy? Everybody satisfied? If it isn't clear already, I'm a new attorney. Today is my first trial. Not that I'm worried or anything. Defendant has been accused of murder. Boss wants to help him out, of course. And so do I. I mean, there's no way he did it. Not him. No way. Oh, you the defendant? Whoa! Good, morning. No catch. Morning, it's all up to you today. First trial, nervous. Meeting him, cardiac arrest. I think I'm supposed to say something. Help? So you're fine. I'm fine. Ah, Mr. Fine, is it? I didn't remember you having an odd name. Well, we're off to a great start. Are you sure you're okay? I mean, with me? Mr. Gavin is a top-notch defense attorney. What was that? Someone appeared up here. I saw it! And he's your friend, so why? You'll see. You can do it. Be confident. I'm really sorry this happened to you. It's time, shall we? Yes, sir. What's inside of his hat? Does it say Papa? Okay, I need to focus. First trial, here comes justice. Is that guy still practicing? Court's now in session. Is that guy still around? I thought he'd be dead by now. Prosecutor's ready, Your Honor. The defense is, fine. Ready, Your Honor. Line going blank. Don't panic. Act too late. Your name was Mr. Justice? This is your first trial? Yes, Your Honor. But I'm fine, really. Are you quite sure? Voice sounds a bit strained. Cough. Mr. Gavin? Yes, Your Honor? It's an impression that you would be heading up this case. That was my intention, yes. However, a defense attorney must always keep to his client's wishes. My client specifically requested Mr. Justice. Well, of course he wants justice. And trust his case to this greenhorn. Why? I don't exaggerate when I say that you're the best defense attorney in town, Mr. Gavin. Mr. Gavin's got trial experience, fine. Does he have Cords of Steel? Maybe. Let's begin. Defendant may enter this courtroom. It's truly an unfortunate turn of events. I'm sorry we had to meet again under these circumstances. Long time no see. Mr. Wright? What? What? Let's put the past behind us, shall we? These days I'm merely Phoenix Wright, piano player. What? Mr. Wright, how could this have happened? What? I'll speak of further then. Prosecution would be so kind to explain. I gotta focus up. Explain the change charges, Mr. Payne. To think, I saw you enter this room as a fresh attorney, and now I'll see you leaving chains. Ah, Winston Payne, subtle as ever, I see. So a hard life of drugs and drinking. Crime occurred at the Borscht Bowl Club, a Russian restaurant. And Fox, we got a library, Fox. Phoenix Wright took the victim, a customer, and he hit him, wham, on the head. Smack, killed him, cold. Customer at the restaurant, you say. Bennett, you say he was pianist for the club, it seems. Phoenix Wright. A pianist? This is the weapon that took the victim's life. A bottle of grape juice. Yeah, sure. These apparently our defendant's drink of choice. Courts have the deadly bottle as evidence. But he had the murder grip, so no justice. All is filed in the court record. In price of checking frequently. Court record. Right, I've heard that. Use E to look at the evidence so far. Confident in your ability to handle this. Right, just use E. Sounds like it's time for some hands-on action. There it is. Okay, good, good. Victim was a customer at this restaurant. Just who was this Shady Smith fellow? He was a traveler, Your Honor. Traveler? According to his passport, he'd been out of the country for a number of years. He only returned to the country recently, though his place of residence is unclear. He had some sort of connection with the defendant? That too is unclear at present, Your Honor. They first met at the Borscht Bowl Club on the night of the crime. They only just met, then why murder? Perhaps the victim cited the defendant's piano playing? Doesn't appear to have been the case. No, the motive had nothing to do with the defendant's lack of playing skill. It's not piano playing. I'll let this photo explain what I mean. So we can see a game of poker was in progress at the scene of the crime. Wait a second. Is poker gambling? That's a crime in and of itself. It appears our defendant has fallen to become the basest sort of criminal. Guess who the defendant was engaged in a game of poker with the victim? It was only that, a game, in the purest sense. Competition, Your Honor. Competition? Yes, a test of wits, your silent clash of passions. Only the cards, their backs wreathed in blue flame, know the final outcome. Come again? The cards on the table had blue backs, Your Honor. I believe the defense was waxing poetic in an attempt to mystify those present. And impress women. Well, women weren't. What's with your hair? That'll be our first order of business here, then. Find out more about this fatal game of cards. No defendant? We testified to the court about the poker competition held the night of the crime. My pleasure. This is it. My first trial. Here goes nothing. I'm betting right one. I'm a pianist by trade, yet I can only play it all. Our job is to take on interested customers over at the poker table. Here where we play and the competition there are the club's main attractions. The rules are simple. We play a game of poker using 2 decks of cards. That's all it is, a game. And our customers are happy. A pianist who can't play piano. They're the defense attorney who can't defend. Very well, defense may begin the cross-examination. Right, Your Honor. First cross-examination, don't blow it. Are you alright? You're sweating bullets. Bullets? Where? Figure of speech. Justice, your voice sounds strained and raspy, too. My brain feels strained and raspy, sir. You've watched me perform cross-examination many times, but you've never done one yourself, have you? Care for a refresher? What to do? Should I ask for Mr. Gavin for a refresher course on cross-examination? No, let's pass. No thanks. No thanks. We pass. I need for help here, sir. I think I've got this one covered. I'm hoping it's no different from the last game. I think you better do more than think. You know it, or you do not. I'm fine. The cords of steel are ready for battle. I'm press and present. Any inconsistencies analyze in testimony and reveal them to the court. That's cross-examination. Learn it. Know it. Do it. Zarek! What's up? Inconsistencies. Lies? Phoenix Wright? As if Phoenix Wright would never lie. It's up to me to prove it. I don't want a refresher. We're good. This may begin the cross-examination. It's too late anyway. We're done. My piece about trade, yeah, I can hardly play it all. Press. Hydrate. I am hydrating. You can hardly play. I'll play sometimes when customers demand it. So play them one song. That's usually all they want. Taco! Nom nom nom. Get taco. Nom 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 nom. Eat taco. Nom. Get in my face. Taco. 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 Nom 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 nom. Taco. Gone. Is it supposed to be a boast just now? Title of pianist is a mask. A respectable face I wear for the world at large. And why are you really at the Borscht Bowl Club? My real job is to take on interested customers over at the poker table. They pay you to play poker? That would seem to be the case. I'm a professional, after all. Wow, do I detect pride in that statement? It's hard for an honest, hardworking member of society like me to imagine. Yes, your imagination was always a bit limited, Winston. Ooh. Burn! Burn. Well, what? I played poker for 7 years in that little room. And I've never lost once. What? You see when the customers come now? To be the undefeated poker champion. It's quite a draw. That is, I'm quite a draw. Wait, you've never lost once? I mean, one time? As I said, I'm a professional. He's played poker for 7 years and not lost once? Is it even possible? The room where we play and the competition there are the club's main attractions. Show me the crime scene photo. It's an attraction? Can I look at the court record? Enhance! Enhance! Oh, it's completely empty. Oh. Nice job. Room of crime scene photos and attraction? It's quite a history, actually. The Borscht Bowl Club used to be a gathering spot for black market types back in the day. But black market? Well, in the past, things like the black market are only on the silver screen nowadays. Suffice to say that there were a lot of deals being made under the table. Right there in that room. A smoky room, gambling hoods. You know. Just looking at this picture makes me feel bad. Boss gather around the table, cutting deals, safe from the eyes of the law. Meanwhile, Goon keeps watching through the small window. I back the picture right now. That window doesn't look like it would be good for keeping an lookout, but little else. There might have a few other tricks to it. Those common knowledge to our regulars. At any rate, they come to play poker in a room steeped in history. Despite the dark past, it was all just good, clean fun. For example, we play a game of poker using 2 decks of cards. 2 decks of cards. A simple measure to prevent cheating. If you alternate 2 decks, no one can slip in cards. There's something else I noticed. Usually the cards on the table, there's some lying scattered on the floor. Precisely, cards on the table, cards upon the floor. Each one forming a complete deck. A crime scene painted blue by a sad sweep of cards. It's poetic, really. Instantly, we use 2 types of cards at the club. One of the cards was red, the other blue. As I recall, in poker you make 5-card hands. You can see how it would be easy to cheat. Heh, yes. A game of hands. Competition you're talking about. I believe the court understands the nature of the game sufficiently. That's right. A simple game, after all. Are you sure? Huh? People are not murdered over simple games, Mr. Justice. I beg to differ. Defendant, you were in the room the very moment that the crime occurred. Did you claim no connection to the crime? Now, that's strange. What's strange? I was testifying about the competition that night. Asking about the crime at this point is against the rules, Your Honor. Of course, I expected to hear a cry of objection from the defense. Ack! How could we let that one slip by? Don't spill yet, Justice. Sir? Right, there's something I'd like to make clear. Namely, your connection to the case at hand. I'd like to hear from you. Sure, why not? Very well. Defendant will amend his testimony. Just one little press. I got myself a whole new testimony. The silence regarding the murder, but I will say I never touched the murder weapon. But it's got his prints on it. We probably don't want to present that. Silence? And it has the right to refuse to testify. I haven't forgotten everything about the law. But why? That clearly puts you at a disadvantage. It's your job to turn that around in our favor, yes? Wait, like I didn't have enough to do already. Justice, did you detect anything odd about that state testimony? Wait, something she said did ring a little strangely. Just one thing. Now, what was it? If you're out, I was just presenting evidence. Evidence? We got Random Fox. We got 2B. Testimony of contradiction, Mr. Wright talked about how. I better check the court record. Can't imagine Mr. Wright lying in testimony. A little early to be jumping to conclusions. This is your first cross-examination. Take it slow. Get more information, don't forget to press. Right, I got it. I'm fine. Time to listen to that testimony again. Justice is blind! Oh, they added this thing so you can see what's going on.
Objection!
So say you didn't touch the murder weapon. This grape juice bottle? Right? So I said. Something the matter, Mr. Justice? He. Too bad our new defense attorney never learned how to play dumb. Was this Mr. Payne? I examined the bottle in question, you see, and it's covered with the defendant's fingerprints. Objection! Please shout, Mr. Justice. I can hear you just fine. Ah ha ha ha. Excess yelling contaminates the judge's ears in our case. What about my cords of steel? Hey, anyway, what's so strange about fingerprints on a bottle in a restaurant? That's true. Prints alone don't prove he did it. Well, that would prove a thing. If they were normal fingerprints. Huh? The fingerprints on the murder weapon are upside down. Upside down? What does that mean? It means he's holding the bottle inverted. There's only one reason for that. The murder grip. Yes! To brain someone with the bottle. Arg! Mr. Gavin, I think things just took a turn for the worse. How does it look with this? Actually, I'm just curious. Playing around the ears. Oh? I see no problem. Justice? Huh? The only thing that matters is the truth. There's a good reason for everything. You'll see. Defendant, can you explain your fingerprints on this bottle to the court? I stand by my plea of silence regarding the murder. For now. Not very cooperative, are you? This could hurt your case. I'm sure he's uncooperative because he's hiding something. There must be some reason.
Objection!
Your Honor, you seem to have forgotten something. What might that be, Mr. Gavin? On the crime, who was it who reported the murder to the police? Reported. Well, that was the defendant, Mr. Wright. But still, that... Really? Yes, well, according to the case file, the murder was reported from near the scene. By a call from the defendant's cell phone. Where's that? That's not here. I don't see it. Near the scene. Let's take a look at the diagram of the murder scene, shall we? Victim was murdered in a small room in a basement 2 floors down from ground level. Of course, cell phones can't get reception so far down. Didn't use the stairs in this hallway to go above ground. Call came to the first floor of the restaurant. I see, and this is the phone that made the call? I recognize that phone. That phone was like the Nokia indestructible phone. Indestructible. I never have one, but I've heard you could like run a truck over it and it'd be fine. Alright, phone added. Bennett could have just fled the scene of the crime if he so chose. Can I look at the phone? Is that a note on the back? Oh, the battery's being held in with a piece of tape. You just buy a new one. Maybe he can't afford it. Or he just doesn't care. Yet he fulfilled his duty as a citizen and reported to the authorities. And you claim he's being uncooperative? Erk, nice save, Mr. Gavin. I better not waste this. I think the prosecution has toyed with our client enough for the time being. Toyed, I assure you. No one's more serious about... What was it you said? And it was in the room the very moment the crime occurred? How can you possibly know this? That's a good question. How indeed? The answer is simple, Your Honor. The prosecution is a decisive witness. He. You're as good as they say you are. Someone else was in the room that night of the crime? Must mean they witnessed the crime. Everything up to now has been a warm-up, Justice. Are you ready? Very well, the prosecution may call its first witness to the stand. This will state her name and profession. Hold on just a moment. She's clearly a waitress working at the Borscht Bowl. Where's the witness? Are you blind? I suppose she has been frightened by the defensive demonic-looking horns. So I used the little hair gel. Relax, people. He looks like a chocobo. Or, what was it from, what was that, Shield Hero. The bird and that. Or the two little things. And no fear, if any horns point in your direction, this court will cut them off. You are sure? I swear on my gavel. Please come out. Isn't violence against hair a crime, Your Honor? Or if you're sure it's okay. Now, the prosecution... Oh, wait a minute. The prosecution care to explain the witness's paraphernalia? I wonder why she's carrying a bowl. Yes, she's a professional, Your Honor. Those are merely the tools of her trade. That will be... My name is Olga Orly. I'm employed as a waitress in the Borscht Bowl Club restaurant. Then why the camera? Of course, it is my pride to serve Borscht, this named restaurant. I also perform, as I said, other service. Think one of these other services is taking the customer's pictures? Like for example, this one. That's the defendant. Indeed, on the night of the murder, the man in a white hat is one who has gone kaput. Indeed, that is the victim. Order, describe the piece of evidence to casually drop in her laps. I'm betting the bottle is not the murder weapon. In the same way I drop cold bowls of borscht in the laps of customers, casually. And the court will casually accept this new evidence. Now, witness, where were you at the time of the murder? I was in room, the hideout, we call it. Excuse me? The hideout? This room where a famous gangster bad guy was arrested. This room where murder took place. What? Your look of utter surprise. It is lovely. Utter surprise! I'll post by courtroom door later for you. Photos will be numbered, and you will write which ones you want a copy of. There were 3 people in the room at the time of the crime. The victim, Shade Smith, Mr. Wright, and Olga Orley, our witness. Mr. Wright isn't the killer. That means... Farewell, witness. You testified at the court about that night's events. I wonder if this is just an accident, like something fell on his head. You can't tell if I'm surprised or happy? Because you can't see my eyes. Eyes are the windows to the soul. That night, a customer asked me to deal cards for a game. Alright, checking on. We got 10 minutes left until ad time. It was cold. Both players played with hats on. Victim, he plays the whole time with his hand on lock at his neck. The last hand is done. Something as terrible has to happen. I mean, a fluid victim. And strangling him to death. Instantly, who won the game? Obvious? The winner was the victim. Mr. Smith. That's ridiculous. Because Mr. Wright can't lose. Justice? Maybe you can come up with a more legitimate objection? We hadn't lost in 7 years. It's objection speculation. Take it me, kid. It happens. I didn't lose a case in my first 7 years as prosecutor, either. Incidentally, I have some evidence here. These are poker chips as they lay at the very moment of the crime. Hand and chips on this side belong to the defendant, Mr. Wright. On the far side belong to the victim, Mr. Smith. I can't really tell. Chips, you say, I mean, yes. Imagine that poker is war. Your hand is your army, and the chips are the spoils. The picture? It kind of tracks. I know that. After all, in my youth, I was known as the poker head of courtroom number 3. I think he means poker face. Poker face. Poker face. Look at this picture. It does seem that most of the chips are on the victim's side of the table. Chips would add to the court record. Yeah, I can see that. This predates AI though, Treeborn. Very well, defense make cross-examine the witness. We already found one flaw in our thing. And that customer asked me to deal cards for game. You're dealing cards. Do you do this often? I'm doing this. If the customer wishes it, I serve anything. Borscht, cards, more borscht. Photo. My work. It's good to hear of a place that hasn't forgotten the meaning of service. Welcome you to Borscht Bowl Club, where borscht is as warm as the waitresses. Thank you for not handing out flyers during the cross-examination. It's cold. Both players played with hats on. It's already April. How could it be cold? At Borscht Bowl Club, we have pride on authentic rustic Russian restaurant theme. Outside the city in spring, the inside is always as cold as Mother Russia. Why am I going there? When it comes to hot borscht, cold is best seasoning. Well, that's a fair point. He plays the whole time with his hand on locket at his neck. His locket? I believe it was good luck, charm, He gripped it many times as he played that night. Yes. It must have felt as though it might carry him to the moon and the stars. If it were small enough to fit around his neck, it wouldn't have much lift. The defense would like a clarification. This is the locket we're talking about. I pin it with a picture in it, right? Not a rocket? Of course, I knew that. It's probably a pendant shaped like a rocket. That's why you call it that. No, a locket's a locket. It doesn't matter what shape it is. It's too bad form to poke fun at the hard of hearing in our society. Hard of hearing or hard of understanding. So what happened next? I say something terrible's happened, huh? Something terrible? Eek! Vince will refrain from needless shouting. Or, sorry, I need to seriously reconsider this vocal training thing. I'm sorry, can you tell us what happened? Oh, I was so frightened. I trembled with fear. Man flew at the victim and strangled him to death. But the defendant would never do such a thing. Eek. I can't say I've ever heard the defense try this tactic. If possible, please refrain from embarrassing me. Still, why would anyone do something like this over a game of poker? That's because the defendant has lost game. It's a crushing defeat for a man undefeated. So it always is with men like him. Winners make some sore losers. Oh, how the mighty fall. Go ahead, I believe you know what it is you need to do. Right, sir. Leave it to me. There were 3 people in the room at the time of the murder. Victim, J. Smith, Mr. Wright, and... Mr. Wright's the killer. I've got you now, Orley. Oh, really? Strangled, you say? That's odd. Normal customers only choke on boards. Oh, by the way, let me go ahead and see if it put in a prediction. Okay. So, Wright did attack him and go for his neck, but he's going for the locket. There's something in the locket. There's a picture that's Wright that Wright wanted, but it didn't kill him. And so maybe they struggled, and I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I don't know what killed him. But he wasn't killed with the bottle. Definitely not the bottle. Normal customers only choke on borscht. No, I mean, this report shows the victim died of a blow to the head. Ack! Miss Orley, really now. Did you witness the crime? Eek! Wait, what was in there? Is there like lobster in there or something? It looked like a lobster. Huh. Looking at the picture, it doesn't seem like he was hit. He's still wearing his hat and everything. Yeah, it's the fact that he was hit, Your Honor. Here's a photo who took the victim with his hat off during our investigation. That's quite shocking, isn't it? His head certainly was hit. But I've seen it happen. Defendant, he lunged at victim, his neck. Wait, Miss Orley, I think I've caught you in your own lie this time. Justice, I admire your enthusiasm, but perhaps you should think this through once more. Well, what do you mean? I found a contradiction. There's one thing in her testimony that troubles me. Well, it seems we should continue the cross-examination. Such a thing is thinking too much. This horse is dead. Let's stop beating it. Such a thing is thinking aloud too much, too. The customer asked me to deal cards in game. It's cool. Both players play with hats on. Da. So time was handing the locket. What's in the locket? After Finn tried to strangle victim, he hit him with a bottle. You didn't say anything about that beating before. So sorry. I must be forgetting this. Da. Witness, unit will take greater care of your testimony. Oh, I'm sorry, Your Honor. That occurs of discrepancy with the autopsy report, I believe. It made to strangle his victim, then changed his mind, and chose simpler, blunter means to do the job. Yes, that sums it up nicely. Strangled him, then hit him. Who's fishy about all this? You know what it is you need to do. Right, sir, leave it to me. I'm pretty sure it's not the fact that this bottle doesn't have a lid on it. Hi, Cauliflower, how's it going? Welcome, welcome. I'm wondering how she dealt cards with her gloves on. What is G? Oh, no, that's not the right thing. Okay. I mean, the only thing I see is that if she's wearing gloves, how's she dealing cards? Got the mark on his head. What's up, Zowick? Count hands. Last pick? There's no hands. There's 0 hands. Handprints, bruises. I don't. What are you talking about? He has 1 hit on his head. There's no locket. There's a locket. I mean, that could just be shadows. What fingerprints on his chest? I don't know, let me save, just to be safe. Can we save? There might not. We might not be able to save. Okay. That's what I was saying. Your Honor, that statement constitutes as evidence. Nope. Nope, we failed. Next overrule, try thinking before you make an accusation. Stresses. I'm confused about the lid. Oh, you can move around. Grape juice. How long has it been since I drank grape juice? I think it's Mr. Wright's favorite drink. I wonder how well it goes with borscht. Are we here? What's that? Nope, no good. I have no idea. Alright. Maybe we should press on everything again. Alright, we need to stop guessing. This customer wishes to blah blah blah. Alright. His locket. A charm. I think I pushed on the locket. Where are we pressing the locket? It's the locket, but I don't know where to do it. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I missed something. I gotta go brush my tail though. Maybe I'm just distracted by that. Alright, I'll go brush. I'll be right back. We go brush. Boop. I still got 40 seconds left, so it's gonna be a minute. It's fine. It's fine. Did I present on the wrong photo? Like, I mean, did I present on the wrong photo? Like, or the wrong thing? It's gotta be on that. It's gotta be on that one. We're talking about the locket. The locket's the thing. I think the locket is the key. Did I present one of the photos twice? I must have presented one of the photos twice. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, we're back. Just please think the facts over before we make an accusation. Alright, well, we're gonna be screwed. It's gotta be here. Alright, let's present. Let's see, we presented this one. This one. Did we not present this one? Objection! It is that, like, we had two of them show. Anyway, I don't know. There's one curious part in the testimony, just like Mr. Gavin said. But what does it mean? Mr. Justice, would you care to explain what it is you're thinking so intensely about? Call testimony, Your Honor. Victim played with his hand on a lock at his neck. I believe she said. I hope you aren't about to raise an objection to the witness's grammar. No, but look at this photograph. You see a locket on the victim's neck? I guess we didn't present. I thought we presented that one first. Did we not? Well done, Justice. I'm impressed. I need to be able to handle this. But what does it mean? We're able to believe this witness's testimony as is. And the locket disappeared following the victim's death. Lockets don't just disappear, Your Honor. Quite simple when you think about it. Locket's gone. Someone must have taken it off, no? Taken it off? Wait, you don't mean... And it wasn't strangling the victim at all. He's taking off his locket. Can I explain it? Ah, Urk. Defendant, what do you have to say to this? Say, yes? I suppose, but, you have something hanging around your neck, don't you? Oh? You mean this? Yes, it's a locket, with a photograph inside. A photo of my daughter. You have a daughter? Come again? Mr. Wright, you have a daughter? You're referring to the time of the arrest. The picture in the locket is indeed Mr. Wright's daughter. Mr. Wright has a locket too? Why not buy this? It's just a coincidence. What? Oh no, if the results of this poker game led to the murder. Perhaps we should hear a bit more about the outcome of the game. I played the game you told me to play, Treeborn. That's all. That's it. That's all we're doing. You said play this game, so I'm playing this game. I gave you 20 minutes to make up your mind. Do you not want me to play this game? Then okay, it's fine, whatever. I should hear a bit more about the outcome of this game. This won't really be necessary. It's clear the defendant lost. Badly. Miss Orley, you will testify to the court about the game played between the victim and the defendant. Da-da. The game began with 3,500 point chips for each man. House chips come two sides, small and large. One was winning, da. It was victim. Last hand defendant played with all chips on table and lose. One was decided, defendant got his bottle from table and... Indeed, look at this picture. It seemed to be in a one-sided game. As court knows, poker was the defendant's life. Failure must have been a bitter pill to swallow. Ah, how many times have I heard these words? I done it in a fit of anger, Your Honor, and now I regret what I done. A common tale, but true. Methinks the judge watched too many old court movies. Mr. Wright said he hasn't lost in 7 years, so this testimony must be wrong. I wonder if the guy said he'd give him the locket if he lost. Game began with 3,500 points. It doesn't matter. The order doesn't matter. Treeborn said we're playing this game, so we're playing this game, okay? That's all there is to it. There's no point going around and around circles on a just. Oh, here's a fun life tip, okay? If you make a decision, if you're waffling about a decision, and you make the decision, there's no point going around and around about it, okay? Just stick with your guns. Are those the usual starting points? Or any special rules used? No, not special. Usual game. Usual rules. Each man began with 3,500 points, and the total would be 7,000. Deck is 6. No, 7,000 points. Please, this isn't calculus. This is not even a long division. House chips come in two sides, small and large. It's just in this photo, all the chips that were used. Da, of course. Something's fishy with those chips. Should I press harder? Press harder. Let me explain a bit about these chips. Explain? What is there to be explained? Poker chips are poker chips. They're not fishing chips. Not a chip off the old block. Not a motorcycle cop. Not a... Thanks. Not a press tour. I better ask something. What are these chips worth? Are they in dollars or rubles or even? Yet, as I've been saying before, it's a game, not gambling. Hard perhaps for a capitalist to understand. Two types of chip. 100-point chip and 1,000-point chips. Not money, duh. Justice, sir. Final comment. Interesting? In more ways than one, sir. I added to her testimony myself. Add to testimony. Yes, I do think this deserves further scrutiny. Alright, if these are 1,000-point chips, that's 10,000. 600. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 10,600. That doesn't add up at all. 7,000. It's like there was a third player. $10,500 be if they had 3 people. Add to the testimony. Wish I knew where I was going with this. Well, witness, if you would be so kind. Die, Your Honor. That ship's worth 100 points, the other kind's worth 1,000. 2 kinds in all. No, this still doesn't add up. You need to go the other way. Die was a victim. Oh, hang on, I messed up. Go back. You're telling me that Mr. Wright, undefeated for 7 whole years, was losing. That must have been the most unlucky day for him. I'm glad I did not take out the picture of him. A great camera, certainly. Chips, they went always to victim's side of the table. This was a one-sided game. One-sided, and... Last hand, defendant played with all chips on the table and lose. Last hand. With largest points of any hand. His hand. It was excellent. So I used it to take a victory from behind. Because both the defendant and the victim's hands are in this picture. It's really an excellent hand. However, so is the victim's. When the highest number wins, so defendant loses. Victim Mr. Smith had a stronger hand than the defendant and crushed him. That explains what occurred next. Once cards laid down on the table, happened. Well, lost his side, defendant grabs bottle from the table, and... That contradicts your previous testimony. And? What happened next? Even think of it now, I shake and tremble. Can I believe such thing would happen? What such thing? Please, you must believe. I had no idea. How could such thing occur? What such thing? Yet. That means no. Defendant had been hitting the victim. I saw it all happen, right before me. Saw a bottle coming down on victim's head. Precise, isn't it? Your Honor, my witness saw the very moment of the crime. Remember, your first goal is to gather information. Yes, sir. Now, here comes justice. Alright, let's first adapt to the number of chips. So this victim who won? Absolutely sure. Your new attorney is a bit confused. As the picture is enough to tell you who won. If you're not in kindergarten. Just for safety's sake, could you explain the problem to the court? Of course, Your Honor. This photo, I see small chips and I see large chips. Tell me, which were worth 1,000 points? Why, the big ones, of course. Duh. I thought so, too. But then the totals don't add up. It didn't add up either way, because there's 6 small ones and 10 large ones. So if the small ones were 1,000, that means there's 6,000. That means there's... I might be dumb. I'm dumb! The totals. Let's review what the witness told us. Each man started with 3,500 points in chips, and the combined total value was 7,000 points. Yes? My calculations are correct. Let's see. 3 plus 1 carried the 5. They are, Your Honor. Now, look at this photo that allegedly shows all the chips. The big ones chips are worth 1,000 points, and small ones are worth 100. And you add them up, how much is it? Do it yourself. It's 10,600. 10,600 points. Chips don't add up. This clearly contradicts the witness's testimony. But why? How could this be? Exactly, Justice. Now you know the what, you must determine the why. Right, there's only one possible way to explain this. Contradiction. Alright, this is fine. Chip count. Chip count. What chip count? I'm saying they're both right. Whatever. Screw it. Each man began the game with 3,500 points. If all the chips are indeed shown in this photograph, then there can only be one answer. Well, what is it? The value of the chips was the other way around. Well, what? Want to know what I think? The small chips were worth 1,000 points, not the big ones. Madness! Utter madness! Show me the photograph of the chips again. There's 6 small chips and 10 large chips. Why, that does make 7,000 points when you add them up. Excellent work, Justice. It's almost as though you figured it out by yourself. Well, I'm just glad I was the one who said it. But wait. The value of the chips may be different, but that changed nothing. Indeed. Victim did have the large number of chips still. No, he didn't. Ah, exactly. If the small chips are 1,000 points and the large chips are 100, let's do a little math. Add the points for each side of the table. Also, I don't see how you can play a game of poker with those chips and those values. Like what are you supposed to bet? 1,000 every time? Then what happens if you know somebody bets 100? You don't have any chips. You're just supposed to put in 1,000. Victim, Mr. Smith, had 2,900 points, and the victim had 4,100 points. Oh, now. It seems that Mr. Wright was winning that night after all. That's impossible. My client had even less reason to kill the victim. After all, he was winning. Yarg! Also, where's the pot? In that photo. Doesn't make any sense. Now, Miss Orley must have known the true value of the chips. Since you were there at the night scene of the crime. Weren't you? Ah. Eek! What's in the pit thing? Lobster! It looks like lobster. Order! Order! It appears our defendant has lost his motive. Mr. Wright's supposed defeat never happened. We must now ask ourselves whether we can trust the witness's testimony at... Hold it! Excuse me? What is it, Miss Orley? I do not want to be saying this, but... Actually, see what, Miss Orley? What do we see? In the last hand, there was cheat. A cheat? You don't mean... Well, if the defendant cheated, then why'd he lose? A trick? Wait, or do you mean a scam? They're all the same thing. Yes, there was a cheat in the last hand. As my game ends with chips as they are. Great, just great. First we have lying, now cheating. Well, this case certainly has taken a turn. Interesting. Liz, you will please testify to the court. Tell us about this cheating in the final hand. Oh, I guess if the winner was cheating. Let's see what she says. Last hand, both men had a full house. There's 4 of each card in deck, from ace to king. Look at both men's hands. Cheat is more obvious. Next moment, game becomes argument. Da? I could swear I checked that. I don't see the issue. Spade, club, heart, diamond. There's no 2 cards. I'm not seeing the issue. What's the issue? If you look at their hands, it becomes obvious. See, like, if he had the ace of diamonds, he also had the ace of diamonds. I can see that being suspicious. On the floor? Well, that's a different deck. They have 2 decks. I remember a time, this is a story. So when I was in college, we went to a poker game. It wasn't much, it was like $5, $10 buy-in or something like that. So we played poker, and it was like and we had 3 tables of people playing poker. And one of the guys was wearing shorts. And at some point, somebody at the other table came over to the table I was playing. And they grabbed one of the guys. And they reached into his shorts, like, because he had like, what you call it, like the cargo shorts or whatever, like big, like baggy shorts. They reached into the leg of his shorts, and he had an ace stuffed in his shorts. So he was cheating. So they basically kicked him out of the game, and then but they kicked him out. They forgot to give him his keys. You know. And so they were trying to decide what to do with the keys, and they're like gonna throw it on the roof or throw it in the lake or throw it in the, you know. But I was like, why do that? Just, you know, just turn him into like lost and found or whatever. It inconvenienced him. He's already lost his money. You know, just move on. And so we ended up doing that. This one game becomes argument. The defendant's trick was exposed. He took bottle in his hand. Poor Mr. Smith. It's Orly. Why should I tell the court about this from the beginning? That's not a cover up here. Well, folks, it's time to throw back in the covers. Full house is a very high-scoring hand. Easy to make, in my experience. That alone is enough to suspect less than scrupulous tactics. Mr. Gavin? What's a full house? Lars these days. You don't know your poker? Can't say this bodes well for your case, or career. Was it some kind of secret court poker ring? Just as you know the terms 1 pair, 2 pair, and 3 of a kind, yes? Yes, no problem. 2 cards of the same number makes a pair, and 3 makes a 3 of a kind. Good. Now picture a hand with 1 pair and 1 3 of a kind. That's a full house. Doesn't sound very easy to make, does it? See this player's hand. This photo. Oh, they both have full houses. Look at, there's an easy way to make a full house and go undefeated for 7 years. You cheat. Defense may cross-examine the witness. If you cheat in the last hand, that still leaves one important question. That's right. Lost that hand. Who's ever heard of a professional con man losing when they cheat? Stupid nose running. It's allergies. Last hand, both men had full house. How hard is it to make a full house? Anyway. It's quite hard. It's making a pair and 3 of a kind at the same time. I guess that's right. Very difficult to be sure. You can take my word as poker head of the courtroom number 3. Very difficult. But it's not impossible. Okay, full house, hard. It's not a questioning, a waste of time. Got it. There's 4 of each card in deck from ace to king. 4 of each card, you say. There's 1 spade, 1 diamond, 1 heart, and 1 club for each card. It's interesting the fact that this number 4 comes from a number of seasons. You don't say. Did you know that the cards are numbered 1 to 13? Add all the cards in a deck and you get 364 a year. Sort of. You don't say. Isn't that 1 day short? That's why each deck has 2 jokers. They say the second joker stands for leap year. Thus you have a perfect representation of the year. All in a deck of cards. I've never heard this before, ever. But okay. Huh? You don't say. We're going to be in this courtroom for a year if it keeps going like this. Look at both men's hands. Cheat is more obvious. How is it clear? Well, the defendant, he played a 5th ace. A 5th ace where? I still remember both hands very well. No, it doesn't. Smith's hands has 3 aces. She writes 2. Obviously cheating was afoot. Perhaps I should say a hand. Your perhaps this can be added to the testimony, without Mr. Payne's joke. Very well. This will add this detail to her testimony. Please. This hand has 3 aces and Mr. Wright's 2. There's 5 aces in all. That doesn't match up at all. 5th ace. Ah, should not exist. No? I still remember both hands. Very well. Smith's hand has 3 aces. Mr. Wright's 2. Well, where did this card come from then? Perhaps we should ask the defendant that very question. Adding cards to deck is no less serious taboo than forging evidence in a court of law. Nung! Now, perhaps it's time for you to say something, Justice. You bet, I have no intention of staying quiet. Not me. No, sir. Defense of contrary to evidence fast. We got it. It's pretty obvious. Oh, well, let's keep pressing. Next moment, game becomes the argument dot. Chicken is closed. Do you recall what the mean we're arguing about? Yeah, I believe so. Victim, he shouts, "You are a cheater." And then he shouts something like, "I have no objection." No objection, eh? Old habits are hard to break. First he bluffs his way through the courtroom, now he bluffs his way through life. However, Mr. Wright lost the hand. I seem to cast a shadow of doubt on Mr. Smith. Maybe of losing even when cheating. That's what set fire to the defendant's heart. What the flaming defendant will do next. The bottle in his hand, poor Mr. Smith. It doesn't match what you said before. Say strangle first. By bottle, are you referring to this? Yeah. He uses this bottle to this favors an admission of cheating by the defendant. Why use a grape juice bottle? You'd be surprised at what can be used as a weapon. This juice is recommended drink of Borscht Bowl Club. This year's vintage is remarkable for its hefty flavor. Hefty enough to brain a grown man, apparently. The flavor. First says it was a serious competition. Next says it was cheating. Does you notice anything odd? Testimony keeps changing. Next says the defendant cheated. Actually, yes. I had noticed that. Let's get the truth about this cheating first. Hey, Mopar, how's it going? Welcome, welcome. How was your day? Right, leave it to me. Alright. Let's present the table. I'm doing good. Here's witness is mistaken. Mistaken? But my name is... Look, this picture evidence clearly contradicts what you just said in your testimony. That's the photo of the clips, is it not? Justice, perhaps you ought to explain your point in a way that the judge can comprehend. Let's dumb it down for the judge. In other words, use your finger to point out your point. Yes, please point out the contradiction in this photo. Your point contradicts the witness's testimony. Ms. Orley, in your testimony, you made the following clear. Mr. Smith's hand has 3 aces. You can clearly see the victim's hand only held 2 aces. Eek! Well, maybe the witness was simply confused. That's his defendant's hand that held the 3rd ace in question. Taking a look at the evidence. As you can see, the defendant also had 2 aces in his hand. Where's his 5th ace? I see cheating all right, and it's going on right here in the courtroom. Two aces in each player's hand does make 4 aces total. Hardly proof of cheating. Wait, please. It's true. I've seen it. The 5th ace. There's cheating. I swear to you. That's odd. Unless she's lying. Yes, she's the most sincere I've ever seen her all day. I trust your instincts. Mr. Gavin? Who knows what lies in store for us in the trial ahead? Your Honor, if I may, I have a suggestion. What might that be, Mr. Gavin? If you don't mind, perhaps we might examine the actual cards. The cards? Mr. Payne. Our guess, players' hands that night were set aside as evidence, were they not? I'd like to request that the cards be shown to the court. Very well, prosecution will submit this as evidence. Which we examine. Victim's cards or the defendant's cards? There's no proof of cheating was going on. Nothing will. Whose hand is more suspicious? Victim's hand is more suspicious, right? Because he won. Victim's hand has changed over the course of the witness's testimony. The witness requests time to examine Mr. Smith's cards. I found a cloth on my, or a string hanging off my shirt. cut that off. Very well. Mr. Payne, if you want. Why would you have to, like, why could you just examine both? It's 10 cards. That takes like 2 seconds. Just do it. Very well. Seven's victim's hand. Well, time's wasting. Get to it. Alright, let's take a look. I can flip it over. Whoa! Yeah. Card backs are red. For some reason, I thought they were using blue back cards in the Fatal Hand. They were! Yes, sir. Oh, I just did that. When examining evidence, should review it from all sides and angles. Using this turn every which way and beating him to zoom in and out. Give you a better perspective on the case. Okay, let's do this. We already did this. Card backs are red. Catch Fox? Nope, you can't catch this Fox. Fox escapes. Didn't you, Mr. Gavin? Huh? Oh, which was it now? Well, has Vince found anything of relevance? Well, I think I found out nothing out. I should best examine the defense cards before leaving any conclusions. Maybe I'll examine the cards one more time. Well, to examine the other kind of cards? Alright, we'll examine the other hand. Why not? Let's examine Mr. Wright's cards. Oh, Lego brick. Oh, what we got new one. Is this new one? No, it's a new one. I think this is Warrior Fox. Your Honor, Mr. request time to examine Mr. Wright's hand. Granted, but make it quick, Mr. Justice. Here's Mr. Wright's hand. Don't worry, Justice. It's always swift. Wait, they're all red as well. Fox Knight. Okay, I see now. Okay. Okay, so the cards on the table were the other deck. The cards on the floor are the deck they were using. So he had a blue card. Not unless you count the other confusion. I should best examine the victim's cards next. We already did. Should always give these cards another look. Examine the other cards. We already did this. We already examined it. We already did all this. What? We already did this. What? It's not Swift. We did all this. What? Oh, there we go. Your Honor, look at this. One of the victim's cards. The back is a different color. Eh? Eh? That's impossible. I put that card in Wright's hand. Ack. What was that, Miss Orley? No, net, or I merely said, da, I have eek. Your Honor. No, this isn't new. Is it? Is it new? I feel like I've seen this before. Mr. Gavin, yes? Tell me, what is the easiest way to cheat at poker? To cheat? I'll tell you. One man needs a friend, a comrade, shall we say. Not on the list? Are you sure? Huh, weird. Alright, so I'm going to do this. Hold on. Well, let's confirm. Is it on the list or not? Here's your friend, a comrade, shall we say. A dealer. Ah. Wait, so you mean... this witness, Miss Orley, she's the cheater. Professional, I'd wager. Yerg! I mean, she does have quick hands. Look at that. Well, I mean, let's look. You haven't seen this one? Take a look. Alright, so let's go for rare. I thought we'd seen this before, though. Have we not? Yeah, there it is. Chess, 1126. Fox Knight. First scene in November. Bam! Objection! Overruled. Order, order. Focus, Justice. Time to take advantage of her. I mean, of her mistake. Your Honor, please call the testimony we just heard. That's impossible. But I put that card in Wright's hand. Ergo, Miss Olga Orley conspired to cheat, not with my client, but with the victim, Mr. Shady Smith. Yeah, it came up in November. Oh! Not only did she cheat, she cheated poorly. Therefore, it's not hard to imagine an altercation between her and the victim. What? Wait, you don't mean... Defense isn't accusing the witness, Miss Olga Orley, are you? Time for justice. Oh, that's a great slogan. There were 3 people in the room at the time of the incident. And Mr. Wright isn't guilty. That means I am. The defense accuses the witness, Miss Olga Orley, of murder. Eek. And she's down. And then she gets hit by the pot. Oh, never mind. Landed safely. Somehow. Mr. Payne, where is your witness, Miss Olga Orley? It appears she has lost consciousness, Your Honor. Mr. Justice? Your Honor, it seems you've presented a new possibility to the court. One suggestion of connection between the witness and the victim, Mr. Smith. And that means this court cannot pronounce a verdict for the defendant at this time. What? I did it. I held out. I see no point prolonging the trial this day. Prosecution will need to make further inquiries. Objection! About Mr. Wright? He can't end the trial here, Your Honor. Not yet. What nonsense is the defendant spewing now? Think. One of the cards had a different colored back. Don't you wonder what it means? Well, what are you doing, Mr. Wright? Raising objections, right, when you're about to get off the hook? Ridiculous. Mr. Payne, you of all people should know. Mr. Wright has a talent. For the ridiculous. Yeah. Perhaps we should get to the bottom of things. Let's clear up the facts about the game that fateful night. As was said before, we alternated between 2 decks of cards that night. That was said before. 2 decks at the club have different colored backs. Blue and red. 1 color per deck. Or use different colored backs, so you can't mix them up. If you use the same color, 2 decks might get mixed. Yep. You use different colors, and they still got mixed up. Used the red deck for the last game. Oh, I see, but that's odd. For some reason, I had this impression that you were using the blue cards. Yeah, me too. I'm sure someone said something about blue cards. Whatever. And 1 card of the wrong color got into the mix. Which means there was cheating. Yes, a card slipped into the deck would seem to indicate cheating. Yeah, this card raises 2 serious questions. Apollo? Yes? Let's get to the first question, shall we? Think. In the last game, when was the card swapped? When? There are 3 broad possibilities here. It could have been swapped before the murder, during the murder, or after the murder. Well, yeah, thanks for the news bulletin, Mr. Wright. Of course it was swapped. Oh? It might be as simple as you think, Mr. Payne, or it might not be. I'd like to hear what Apollo thinks first. When do you think the cards were swapped? When was the card swapped into the deck? After the murder. Perhaps it happened after the murder. Well, what's that? Ridiculous. What's the point of cheating after the hands have been shown? That's silly. Objection! Yes, but tell me, how do you swap cards during the game? I'll take silly over impossible. Take me, son, there's a lot of silly in this world, but very little impossible. Oh? Even when the backs of the cards are a different color? If you pulled that during the game, you'd be caught in no time. Ah, quite true. That would mean that the blue card in question was swapped after the hands were shown. After the murder. Okay, it's going past silly and straight on to crazy. Ask again, what's the point of cheating after the game's over? Who would do that? I know who would do that. Who indeed? That's one of the mysteries before us. So there's another? Yes, a simple, yet decisive question must be asked. Who swapped the red card for blue card? Who? The game and murder is done. Victim is dead. Only 2 remain in the room. Alive, that is. The defendant, Phoenix Wright, and our witness, Olga Orly. Guess who was to swap the red card for blue? Olga. Well, it must have been Olga Orly who swapped the cards. She was trying to cover up evidence of the cheating. That just makes some sense. No. Sorry. There's a problem with that, the explanation. Huh? Swap cards from the wrong deck. This blue card was stuck in her red hand. It's a card from the wrong deck when the backs are different colors. Remember that you were talking about Olga Orly. She was a dealer. Do we think she would make such an obvious mistake? Actually, I have trouble imagining even the judge making that mistake. Give it a little more thought. Follow? Right. Okay, so who was it swapped the red card for blue? Someone else. The one who swapped the cards wasn't Mr. Wright, of course. And well, it doesn't seem like it could have been Olga Orly either. But what are you suggesting? That's probably a logical conclusion, I'll admit. As defense, I think it only makes sense for you to name Miss Orly at this point. Yes, I know. I already did that, and they said it wasn't right, so moving on. But she was the one who dealt the cards, right? I just can't believe she would make the mistake of swapping the wrong color card. She also said she thought she gave it to Wright, so I thought she's the one that dealt it, which is why I thought. Anyway. If the card was swapped during the game, it'd be obvious. Heh. Heh. Something you'd like to share with the court, Mr. Wright? Oh, my apologies, Your Honor. I was just thinking how much fun all this is. Fun? How about confusing? I have no idea what the defense is claiming, Your Honor. If the one who swapped the card wasn't the defendant, and it wasn't Miss Orly, then who was it? Oh, yeah, well, that is the question, isn't it? Precisely. Huh? I believe we're about to see this case take a new direction. A new direction? We'll find that, indeed, after the murder. Someone swapped one of the cards in the victim's hand. And that someone made 2 critical mistakes. I'm sure you're going to tell us that first we're swapping the wrong color card. Because the one who did the swap didn't know 2 colors of cards were being used. The other mistake was the number on the card. Right. The person replaced the 5th ace with a king. Whoever swapped it wasn't expecting there to be a 5th ace, after all. All they knew was the game had been won with a full house. So I picked up a king from the table and swapped it in. But there's one problem. According to our case record, this person doesn't exist. True, not until now, but you have to admit the possibility of a 4th person. There's more than a possibility. There was someone else there that night at the scene of the crime. What? I believe the judge spoke truthfully earlier. You do make trials ridiculous, Mr. Wright. The trials proceeded on the one central assumption. Namely, that at the time of the incident, there were only 3 people in that room. At least new evidence, shall we say, overturns that assumption. The problem is that you chose to conceal this information from the court. I suppose that's a problem, yes. Court is adjourned for a brief recess. Mr. Gavin, I'll see you in my chambers during this recess. Certainly, Your Honor. Very well, the trial will resume in 20 minutes. How are we doing on... Okay, we're still good on ad time. That's quite unexpected, Mr. Wright. Something claimed there was another person at the scene of the crime like that. I must ask, is it the truth? Well now, I think you would know the answer to that. Being mysterious, are we? Sadly, I have no time for mysteries. I only ask you leave defending to your defense in the future. Otherwise, I cannot guarantee the outcome. I see you haven't mellowed out one bit, Kristoff. Justice? Yes, sir. The judge has summoned me to this chamber, so carry on without me. Maybe. You did well, Apollo. Can I ask you something? Sure. That locket you wear. Is that really yours, Mr. Wright? Ah, you were wondering about the victim's disappearing locket. Can you take a look at it? That's a picture of my daughter in there. Oh, she's cute. I'm just surprised to hear you had a daughter. Most people are. I shall meet her one of these days. I'm sure that'd be game 3 where she's an attorney for some reason. One more question. What did she that night? Was it you? What do you think? Huh? You know what happened 7 years ago. What I did. It's not unreasonable for you to think I might cheat. I never, honest, but it is odd that he managed to go undefeated for 7 whole years. Want to know something? So in one game where you can be dealt bad cards all night and still win. Poker. Eh? You see, poker's all about reading your opponent. In that way, it's a lot like a court case. Poker's like trial law. Figure out what your opponent is thinking, and you win. Well, yeah. That's harder than it sounds. I think not. Try as they might to conceal it, everyone reveals their true thoughts in the end. Their body language can become a valuable source of information. You're kidding. That witness, for instance. Miss Orley. She would touch the back of her neck during certain parts of her testimony. Did you notice? No. Come on, who noticed that? Words, habits, twitches. It's all information for the reading. That's the secret to winning, Apollo. Someone taught me, and now I pass the secret on to you. But I'm not worthy. I mean, there's no way I'll pick up on these signals. No, you can do it. Huh? You just don't know it yet. What's he talking about? But you will. Soon. I'm not good at that. You guys are distracting. I almost forgot one more thing about this case. You should know, I haven't told the truth to anyone yet. What? I knew it. I have my reasons, of course. All shall be revealed. And Apollo, I need you to be there, defending me. I need your power. My, power? I know you have my cores of steel were that special. It's time. The real trial begins now. Do your best. Did I get my health refilled at least? Alright, this is probably a good time to refresh the ad break and make sure we make it to the end. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and save. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and refresh. Did we save? Did we save? Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and refresh the ads real quick and make sure we have enough time. So I'll run just 2.5 minutes to get us through the end of the night. I'll be right back. Alright, we're back. We got 20 seconds to spare. And we'll continue. We have about a little bit less than an hour left to stream, so I don't know if we'll finish the first episode. It doesn't seem like there's as many episodes in this series. So I don't know if it'll take as long, or maybe the episodes are just much, much longer. Or maybe I'm just stupid and don't know how to do things. Alright, we're back. We saved. Let's go. I don't know how many chapters there are. There's looks like there's 4 episodes though in this game, and this set one. And it looked like it was about maybe what, 14 total. Alright, we're back. Court will now reconvene. As our witness, Miss Olga Orley recovered. Yes, Your Honor. Very well, she's regained consciousness. As we can hear her version of events. Again, that's the thing. You see, she's quite fatigued. You're looking a bit fatigued yourself, Mr. Payne. Sadly, fatigue is insufficient grounds for refusing to testify or prosecute. Miss would like to request that Miss Orley take the stand. Very well. Miss will take the stand. Perhaps you could repeat your name and profession. Perhaps you'd rather admit you're a poor liar and a poor loser. Not. What? Name's Olga Orley, that's the truth. I'm a pro dealer. People call me Olga Quickfingers Orley. Oh really? Want to know something else? I'm not really Russian, and my last name sounds like O'Reilly. Yeah, that's the truth. Hope you're satisfied. Witness, you will tell the court what you were really up to that night. Fine, I'll talk. We had a plan, see? Why don't you turn into that gangster? We had a plan, see? Let me remind you that you are currently under oath. Any further fabrications will have serious consequences. Fine. Welcome back from dinner, Treeborn. What'd you have? Like I said, I'm a pro. This is Olga. She just took off her costume and apparently is wearing a costume under it. Like I said, I'm a pro. That guy, Smith, hired me to do what I do best. I was playing at the Borscht Bowl Club several days prior to the night of the game. Rice and fish? That's good dinner. As waitress, so you're in cahoots with the victim. I didn't need my help. Smith's a well-known poker player in some circles. But winning wasn't the main purpose of this game. What was the purpose? It's about destroying a legend, the unbeatable Phoenix Wright. The plan was simple, elegant, really. You see, we set up a trap of sorts. I was playing a card in Wright's pocket beforehand, and they deal 5 aces during one of their games. When their hands were revealed, Smith would call him out and search Wright. He would then pull out playing a card, and the trap would snap shut. You swap the cards. Exposed a cheater and losing on top of it, it would have made a great double play. Just like that, the legend would be dashed to pieces. Indeed, getting caught red-handed at cheating would pass down on all his prior wins. A 7-year legend destroyed by one little card. That was the plan. Oh, really? Oh, really? How droll. It appears you made quite the mistake. A mistake? I agree. The trap was elegant. Yeah, what happened to that planted card? Yeah, that's right. He's lucky I'll give him that. You'd have to be slipped free from a trap laid by Olga Quickfingers O'Reilly. O'Reilly? Wish to be much cuter if she dispensed with the evil mastermind shtick. Cute? Who wants to be cute? I feel attacked. I'm not cute. I'm bad. You hear me? Bad. Angry Fox time. There we go. See? Not cute. I'm bad. Angry Fox. When you're through being bad, perhaps you could testify to the court. Oh no. I'll be good again. Tell us about this trap and how it was sprung. One. That night, I planted the card like I was supposed to. And Wright lost the last hand, just like he was supposed to. Then Smith searched him. But the planted card was gone. The trap failed. Next moment, Wright picked up a bottle and swung it. It wasn't me who hit Smith, it was that no-good, cheating defendant. Huh. A surprisingly frank testimony leads to us mostly in the dark. That was perfect, I tell you, perfect. If that rotten cheater hadn't messed it up. Look who's talking. Well, testimony, for what it's worth, is all yours, Mr. Justice. Witnesses like her, who needs criminals? And with defendants like Mr. Wright, who needs prosecutors? Alright, here we go. At night, I planted the card like I was supposed to. Oh, we got a full health back. That's good. Let's play a card. Which card was it exactly? Trump card. The 5 of hearts. Let me guess. Right was to switch the 5 with the ace to make a full house? At least that's what you were going to accuse him of doing, thereby ruining the legend. I slipped it in Wright's pocket. When was this? Right before the match, of course. While he was eating. At the Borscht Bowl Club, we served borscht and suckers. Remind me never to go there. Of course, the card was to make its grand debut during the game. Like a good borscht, a good plot must be hooked up early and allowed to thicken. And Wright lost the last hand just like he was supposed to. Then Smith searched him. So everything went according to plan. Exactly. Fifth ace came up, so it's obvious the switch went off without a hitch. Once the extra card was found in his pocket, Mr. Wright would be forever known as a cheat and a fraud. There were seen to be known as, I suppose. That's what happened with the search. The planted card was gone. The trap failed. The card disappeared. Yeah, my trump card. The 5 of hearts. Gone. Without a trace. Poof. Zippo. That could be... That looks like the 5 of spades, though. Hard to say. We searched every nook and cranny. Did you look under his hat? Inside his cute little hat. They're on to me! Abort! Abort! Go code blue! Oh, that's something. Go code, code magenta! Code magenta, go! But the card was already found. Is this correct? Never in my long storied career, never has Quick Fingers or O'Reilly been so readily duped. Oh, really? So what did happen to that 5 of hearts? No, don't look at me. Why don't you ask that cheating, lying, two-faced defendant? The 5 of hearts is still missing in action. We don't know. Who checked all the rest of the cards? Next one, Wright picked up a bottle and swung it. Wait, isn't that a little odd? Well, what's odd? You searched Mr. Wright thoroughly and found nothing. Which means he didn't cheat. Which means he had no reason to strike the victim. Oh, well... Do we have Cyclops again? What was that just now? It said something. Something wrong, Mr. Justice? No, nothing, Your Honor. What'd I do? Can I press her a little harder? Press harder, yeah! Miss O'Reilly, you're hiding something. Well, what are you talking about? Me, Quick Fingers, O'Reilly, hide something? Vince will refrain from baseless accusations. Why are you both sweating like it's a sauna? She took off all her hot clothes. I have one question for the witness then. You say you saw the moment the defendant hit the victim. Is this true? Of course it's true. Well, okay, here's my question. Okay, I'm just gonna say... Okay, so if he was searching... If this guy... Let's flip the thing. If he was searching this guy, as the photo seems to show... You know, I assume they were both standing up. He would come around the table. If he hit him while he was searching him, how did he end up back in his seat? I did see it, honest. I saw it when Wright hit him. With my own eyes, I saw it. What's this weird vibe I'm getting? That witness, for instance, Miss O'Reilly, she would touch the back of her neck during certain parts of her testimony. Did you notice? Touching her neck. What was it? What's going on? Oh, what's going on? Are we zooming on her neck? Sensation. It's coming into focus. There, that twitch. It's so clear. It's like I could perceive her habit, like I couldn't before. Perceive! We gotta find her. We gotta find their personality tics and stuff. So really, perhaps you're aware of this, you're unaware of this yourself. Unaware of what? Whenever you get to a certain part of your testimony, you touch the back of your neck with your left hand. My neck? So what? What indeed, Justice? I'm putting on some lotion. My hands are dry. I hadn't noticed anything of the sort. When she says that part of the testimony, she's subconsciously recalling something. Her body reacts to the memory she had touched her neck. I'm sure of it. My memory? Would someone care to explain what he's babbling about? It's highly unusual, but let's ask the defense. If any witness is remembering something, maybe you have evidence of this memory to show us? I have scratching her neck whenever she talks about the moment of the crime. It's a reminder of most of the moment of the crime. So, oh really, whenever you recall the crime that night, you scratch your neck. I notice it happens when you think about the moment of the crime. There's some reason behind this habit of yours. I believe weapon that left an inerasable impression on your neck is this. I mean, it's gotta be the bottle, right? What else could it be? There's no other object. It's not the cards. It's gotta be the bottle. Nurse talks about the moment of the crime. Touches your neck. No one reminds us more of that moment than this bottle, the murder weapon. But something doesn't fit. If you were only the witness to the crime, why would that make you touch your neck like you were in pain? What's the song about now? It's Mr. Smith, the victim, who's hit. Not you. It's a cross-examination, not a cross-wild conjecture. The witness's habits, they're completely irrelevant. Justice, I'll admit, I'm a bit confused myself. This is certainly a unique sort of cross-examination. I'll explain later. Just trust me. Now's our only chance to break her. Show us your neck! Mr. Violet, really, test friend in detail about the moment of the crime. This very moment. And yet, I am knowing nothing. I know nothing. Nothing. You guys remember that show? Oh, that was a long time ago. I used to see it on, like, reruns way back. It was, oh, it came on late at night. It's, oh, what was it called? They were in the prison camp. And they had a bunch of incompetent Germans. They were basically running a spy ring out of the prison camp as prisoners of war. Hogan's Heroes, I remember. We know you're not Russian. Witness will testify, please. Now. Why don't you put the clothes back on? Oh, fine. He's the one who did it. I didn't let him out of my sight until the cops got there. Different Saudi, but the same testimony. Never where you want her. Justice. Things have changed. You have a testimony has not. That means there's gotta be a contradiction in there. Quite. Then I played the card like I was supposed to. Lost last hit. We gotta press on this. You seem uneasy. Just staying up here. Eyes are darting all over the place. Must be getting warm. Tell me, after the crime, what was the defendant like? Well, he must have been stunned by the weight of his crime. He sat in a daze at the table until the cops came. Intriguing. I believe you've gotten all the testimony you're going to get out of her, the witness. So what do you think about her testimony? Tell you what I think. Her testimony is flawed. It's basically bogus. It contradicts the evidence. Oh, what's that? Well, show us the evidence. Mr. Justice, the evidence that you claim contradicts testimony. She let him out of her sight until the cops got there. Notice of evidence that contradicts that. Phone! Phone! So really, we have a record here that clearly contradicts what you said. It states that the police were alerted by a report from the defendant. Eh? And we know the defendant left the room, climbed the stairs, and made that phone call from the first floor of the Borscht Bowl Club. Ack! So, explain how you kept your eyes on the defendant when he left the room entirely. Eek! Well, there went the lobster. Lobster on the floor. Food down! Food down! Man who picked up a bottle and swung it that night was the defendant. It was self-defense. You dirty cheat. Check his pockets now. It's gone. The card's gone. You lose. Ah, Just then Smith grabbed the bottle from the next to right. And he hit me. You, some master of cheating you won't turn out to be. Eek! When I came to, the victim was already dead. Is that it? That's why I couldn't reveal who I really was. It came out that I was in league with Smith. I'd be a suspect for sure. Well, where does this leave us? Madness. This is madness. I'm dreaming. Must have been me who was hit by the bottle, and I'm imagining all this. It appears our prosecution is at his wit's end, and frankly, I can't blame him. Mr. Gavin, what do you think about this turn of events? Mr. Gavin? Sir, I believe that, as the defense in this case, we are compelled to call Mr. O'Reilly a big fat liar. What? Three were in the room that night of the murder. The defendant, victim, and her. And she has a motive. A motive? Her plot foiled. The witness got into an argument with her client, Mr. Smith. And the genuine...
Denouement.
Denouement. Got it. Okay, denouement. The argument was murder. What? I didn't. I'm no killer. It's a trap. Someone's trying to frame me. Heh heh heh. What tangled webs we weave when we practice to deceive. So tangled we catch ourselves in the process. Mr. Wright? I'm learning English, yep. Such a hasty conclusion. It's not like you, Christoph Gavin. What are you saying? Why not consider the other possibility? That there was another person in the room at the time of the murder. Right, like Mr. Wright was saying before the recess. A single card was swapped in the victim's hand after the murder. And the one who swapped the card didn't know the two colors of cards were being used. A fourth person. Ha, this theory again. Your fourth person doesn't exist. Indeed. That's why I decided to bring this case to court. Here, where there's no escape and no chance for deception. The perfect place to catch the real criminal. The real criminal? And we're in luck. A clue to the real criminal's identity was kindly provided for us. And right at the beginning of the trial, no less. What? Hollow, perhaps you know what I'm talking about. Sorry. Remember what I said. The fourth person who swapped the cards made one critical error. He or she wasn't given the color on the backs of the cards. Right. But how could such an obvious mistake occur? Cards used for the last game were red. If there's one person here in our court who thought those cards were blue. Yeah, I had that impression too. But why? Well, Apollo? Think you can figure it out who it was? It's not me, I swear. Who is this fourth person? Why do I always get put on the spot like this? See what Vince has to say. Who was it? Who thought the cards used in the final game were blue? Gavin! As I expected. Your eyes and ears are as sharp as your hair. I was right? Christoph Gavin, you were the fourth person that night. But of course Mr. Gavin knows the color of the cards. How would he? As you can see, the photo of the crime scene is black and white. You can't tell which of the cards are blue, the ones on the floor or the table. But look, you can see the colors in this photo. Yes, but when he said the colors were blue, it was well before this evidence came to light. The defendant was engaged in a game of poker with the victim. It's only that, a game, in the purest sense, a competition, Your Honor. A competition? Yes, a test of wits, a silent clash of passions. On the cards, their backs wreathed in blue flame know the final outcome. Well, Christoph? Mr. Gavin? Mr. Gavin, is something the matter? No, nothing. Excuse me, it was so sudden. Right. You aren't seriously accusing me, are you? Oh, Christoph. You know, even I'd never take a joke this far. This has gone beyond ridiculous, beyond dumb. This is insanity. You're accusing his own defense attorney of murder? I assure you, I'm quite sane. What possible connection could Mr. Gavin have to the victim? I wasn't aware that I had a connection to Mr. Smith either. Yes, Mr. Gavin and the victim have never even met. Well, what if they have? Huh? There's a possibility, after all. They may have met that night, before the game started. What are you suggesting? Is this the truth Mr. Wright was staying silent about? Well, only one thing to do. Mr. Wright, Vince would like you to request that you testify to the court. Objection! Vince would like to request no such thing. Mr. Gavin? Testimonies which relate to the case. How can anything happen before that game of poker be related? I'm not sure I follow, Mr. Gavin. As I explained before, the defense believes that Mr. O'Reilly... I think O'Reilly makes more sense. It might assume you speak for Mr. Justice in this. He's the defense, not you. Mr. Justice, the matter of Mr. Wright's testimony is up to you. Oh, okay. Go. Court, in your opinion, need to hear Mr. Wright's testimony? I mean, we gotta hear it. It's Mr. Wright's strategy. He was planning this all along. I intend to see it through. Vince would like to request that Mr. Wright testify to the court. I do think it would probably be funny if we said no, but let's just move on. Hey, True Justice, you would betray me, your teacher? I'm sorry, Mr. Gavin. This isn't about loyalty. It's about the truth. And you can't handle the truth. Very well, defendants. Mr. Wright will take the stand, please. I still think it's ridiculous. Appetite before murder. That evening, Christoph and I had dinner. We sat at the table in this photograph. Shay Smith walked in 5 minutes after Christoph left. When the trap failed, Smith hit the waitress. The girl was knocked out cold, and Smith was uncontrollable. I'll have to call the police. When I returned, he was dead, blood streaming from a cut on his forehead. That's when I made another phone call. Defense Attorney Gavin. Mr. Gavin, you were at the Borscht Bowl Club the night of the murder? I dealt with him rather frequently. Did he talk to the defendant on the phone directly after the murder? Against my will, I had become involved in a murder. I thought I might be in need of a lawyer, so I called him. You were planning this all along, weren't you? Right. Just because you wanted to drag me into your little murder trial. The only thing I want is the truth. As I did back then, and now. I thought my office was doing you a favor when we took your defense. It appears I was wrong. Very well, the defense may cross-examine the witness. Justice. Sir. He's lying, and you're going to expose him. Understood, sir. Mr. Gavin versus Mr. Wright. This can't end well. Why can't I have a normal trial? Because a normal trial would be boring. Justice is boring. I've been called for jury duty 1 time. I got out of it. But if I had gone, it would have been an awful, way too exciting case. It was going. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was a murder trial that would have taken a couple weeks. That evening, Kristoff and I had dinner. We sat at a table in this photograph. So I had recently moved, and so the county where I lived was not the county where I got the jury duty. So they gave me the wrong county, and all I had to do was show my driver's license, show that I didn't live in the same county, and I got out of it. And do you know Mr. Gavin? Yes, he dines with me at the Divorce Bowl Club quite frequently. We're enjoying a usual dinner at our usual spot, as usual. Usual. I always eat at a table close to the piano. I see. Where Mr. Smith was sitting. So the places such on the table were from your dinner. Indeed. I managed on a meal with Kristoff. We dined for 2 hours, then Kristoff left. 2 hours? How long does it take to eat borscht? What is borscht? What is borscht? I probably should look this up sooner. How do you spell it? Borscht. It's a sour soup commonly enjoyed in Eastern Europe and Northern Asia, often served with Ukrainian variant featuring red beets, good to iconic red color. They ate beet soup for 2 hours? Okay. I don't think I've ever eaten anything for 2 hours. After that, Chase Smith walked in 5 minutes after Kristoff left. 5 minutes. So 2 of them could have passed in the restaurant during that time? That would have been a fateful encounter, to be sure. He. Mr. Wright, what was it you said? Kristoff Gavin and Shady Smith may have met? I believe I did say that. Here I was all nervous about this meeting. That's a long time to wait for a soup. Now here they just passed in the hall? That seemed a little weak as a pretense for murder. That would be, if that were all that really happened. Oh, Mr. Wright. What are you hiding this time? When the trap failed, Smith hit the waitress. About this failed trap. This is the same trap that Miss Olga O'Reilly mentioned? Kind of simple, elegant, really. You see, we set up a trap of sorts. Why would you want to linger if his room is freezing? I was playing a card in Wright's pocket beforehand, and then deal 5 aces during one of their games. The answer revealed Smith would call him out and search Wright. He then pulled out playing a card, and the trap would snap shut. Oh, did he find the card? He swapped the cards. Just like that, the legend would be dashed to pieces. Okay, yep. Yes, a harmless prank, in essence. It's by quirk of fate that I happened to discover it. A quirk. I happened to put my hand in my pocket and found a card. Card she planted. Yes, I snuck a peek at it and found it was the 5 of hearts. I had a feeling something might happen, so I disposed of the card. Before the game. Disposed? Where? There's an empty bottle of grape juice I had been drinking right beside me. I threw the card inside the bottle. An empty bottle of grape juice? The murder weapon? Yes, I rolled it up and shoved it in. Colored glass makes it hard to see. Oh, a bottle whispering a deceiver and the would-be deceived. Can we look at the bottle? There's clearly nothing inside there. That explains why the lid's back on it. That sounds like a terrific drama. Card inside the murder weapon. That's strange. Did the police miss it in their investigation? Maybe I'll take a look. Mr. Wright, the poker head of courtroom number 3 approves this battle of wits. Please provide your testimony with this new information. I discovered the trap during the game and disposed of the card. No, it's before the game. That does not seem accurate. Why in the bottle? I perceived my opponent's attempt immediately. I'm used to entrapment, you see. I knew what was coming. Ho ho, so you struck it first. I like that. And every trick in the book. They don't work on me. At least when you get lucky, like stick your hand in your pocket, they don't. Girl's knocked out cold and Smith is uncontrollable. I'll have to call the police. You made the call to the police from the first floor of the restaurant, correct? Exactly. Cell phones don't get a signal down the hideout. Was anyone else on the first floor at that time? Not a soul. It's in the middle of the night, after all. I was there in the darkened restaurant. I called the cops. After making the call, I returned to the hideout. It didn't seem right to leave the injured waitress alone. When I returned, he was dead, blood streaming from a cut on his forehead. And when you returned, the victim was already dead, yes. I'll admit, I was a little startled when I walked in. A little? He was bleeding from his forehead, after all. Guess I'd be startled too if I walked in on a scene like that. So I made another phone call to Defense Attorney Gavin. Could you explain why you called Mr. Gavin? I also gotten involved in a rather sticky affair. I figured Kristoff's law office would give me a friend rate for my defense fees. I got here you intend to pay. To cover his ridiculous hairstyle, of course. I'll pay in full, Kristoff. It was I who got you involved, after all. You may find the price of your defense quite high, my good friend. Quite high. Is this the truth that Mr. Wright was talking about? Just so you know what you have to do. He's lying, expose him. Now. Yes, sir. Try trying to tell me with this testimony. This is be in there somewhere. That's not what he said. There's no card in this bottle. Mr. Wright, if I may... Yes? I've examined the bottle, and I don't see any card in here. No? Why, Mr. Wright, surely... Blank is all you have to say for yourself. Can't say I know what happened to the card. I did put it in that bottle, however. Huh? Perhaps the fifth person came and took it out. Oh, and a sixth person could have helped. Mr. Gavin, Mr. Wright is your client. My apologies, Your Honor. I don't have you just disparaging our investigation either. We're making progress. We looked inside that bottle. There was nothing. So what's going on? Is Wright hoodwinking us again? Or did the card just disappear? Maybe he's a magician. In any case, please continue the cross-examination. I'm afraid decisive contradictions call for decisive evidence. Oh. Push him harder, Justice. Break him. It's just you and the witness in the ring. Go for the KO. Why do I get the feeling we're not on our client's side anymore? Alright. Okay. Alright, we're gonna present the picture. Objection! You can't see the blood in this picture. That's right. If I may. Yes? Take a look at this photograph in the crime scene. See the victim here? He's wearing a hat. I wouldn't think you could see blood on his forehead. Good point. Justice, next time you point out an inconsistency, put a little more oomph into it. Mr. Wright, can you explain this to the court? I forgot to mention something. I was the one to put the hat on his head. Eh? You put the hat on the dead man's head? He wore it through our entire poker game. After calling the police, when I returned to the scene, his head was in full view. Shining bright, just like in this photograph. and I picked his hat up off the floor and put it on his head. Well, why did you do a thing like that? Out of respect, all I can say is, I'm sorry. That's the only thing I touched at the crime scene. So Mr. O'Reilly really didn't see it. Aping the victim's, his head. I think not. She was out cold. Maybe I was the only one who witnessed his head. Here we go again. Mr. Gavin? Pardon. Seems that our client is determined to lie his way through this case. Hey, he's still our client. Is he? I believe that's enough of that. Mr. Gavin, this witness's testimony is more like a travesty. It's riddled with lies! I begin to see how you came to lose your attorney's life badge 7 years ago. Well, you certainly have a unique way of treating your clients, Christoph. I never knew. I believe it was you who threw the first stone. Mr. Wright, if you intend to ever tell the truth about this case, it's now or never. You can't handle the truth. Don't be misled. I haven't told a single lie here. Okay? When I noticed a trap, I put the card in the bottle to dispose of it. When I put the hat on the victim's head, let's just say I had a reason for doing that as well. A reason? That reason is right here. Your cell phone? That night, recall that I spoke with Defense Attorney Gavin after calling the police. Just in case I recorded our conversation. What's this? Now that we're all here, I see no reason why I shouldn't play it back for the court. Christoph, I seem to be in a bit of trouble. What's this? Game not going well? Something like that. That gentleman who challenged you, he turned out to be good? He turned out to be dead. Someone hit him, hard. You mean someone cracked that flawless bone China paid? I guess? Oh. It wasn't you, was it? Me? Please. Cops should be here any minute. I'm in your hands. Should have come to that. Bone china plate. A kind of porcelain, very smooth and shiny. And not plate, but pate. I believe he's referring to a certain gentleman's balding forehead. Court appreciates the defendant's discretion in not indicating my forehead. Wait a second. Something's not right about that phone call. After Mr. Gavin ate dinner with you, he left the Borscht Bowl Club. Oh, certainly. Then how did he know? When did he see this bone china plate? Oh, that's right. Yes, that was when I began to see my good friend in a different light. So when I returned to the crime scene, maybe he wasn't wearing the hat outside. Maybe he carried it in with him and put it on. So when I returned to the crime scene, and when I spotted Mr. Smith's head again, I realized exactly what was wrong. Mr. Gavin, the stage has been set. Perhaps you would like to explain this to the court. Exactly how did you come by your privileged knowledge of the victim's head? So, this is your reason? The reason why you put the victim's hat back on? Your point, Mr. Gavin? It's come down to this, has it? Phoenix Wright. Order! I will have order! Mr. Payne! Yes, Your Honor? I believe this court has been left with no other choice. I prepared to hear Defense Attorney Gavin's testimony. Hey, well, as prosecutor, Very well, we'll break for 10 minutes. I'm kind of curious how, like, pausing is going to work. Like, if I had to stop right now, how would I stop? Can I save it? Just Mr. Gavin will take the stand for cross-examination. Oh, there's a save button. Okay, so it is there. Are you all clear on that? Crystal clear, Your Honor. Very well, this will be the final recess for the day. Let's try to make it through the day, though, if we can. We got 15 minutes left or so. Mr. Gavin and Mr. Wright are both in the judge's chamber. Who would have thought today would turn out like this? May I? What? That's the daughter! Hello, sir. Please, pick a card. What's this all about? Is this one okay? Excellent. I have a message for you. That's the 5 of hearts, by the way. Last hand's about to be played. We need a trump card to make it. A trump card? The card you chose is magical. Use it wisely, and the game is yours. That's all. Oh, never mind. An ace. Where do I remember that card from? This hand had 3 aces, and Mr. Wright's had 2. It's 5 aces in all. It's true. I've seen it. The 5th ace. There's cheating, I swear to you. Missing 5th ace. Wait, the spots are red. Is this blood? You have your trump card. Now it's up to you to cut the deck and draw the truth. All that fate is in your hands. I know you can do it. This bloodstained card is my trump card for finding the truth? I felt deep in thought as my mind raced to understand what this all meant. That girl. I'd seen her recently, but where? That's when I made the connection. The locket! Bloody ace added to the court record. Now here's a question. Should we stop here? I know it's a little bit early, but I'm just a little bit concerned. Whatever, we'll press on. We're now reconvene. Mr. Ernie, Christoph, Gavin, will you please take the stand? We're gonna end up having to stop in the middle of this testimony. I can feel it. And if you would, Mr. Payne. Yes, Your Honor. Will the witness state his name and occupation? Is this farce necessary, Your Honor? Believe me, far stranger things have gone on in this courtroom. Fine, I'll play along. First, there's one thing we need to have made clear. How'd you know about the secret beneath the victim's hat? By secret, I'm guessing he means the fact that Mr. Smith was bald. Here's my curiosity, but what is it about this fellow's head? Your Honor seems to have an inordinate interest in it. Objection! He's dodging the question. I would call it inordinate, Mr. Gavin. Mr. Wright, what do you think you're doing, right? Wow, things sure look different from the other side. You know what I mean, Apollo? You're looking from the other side. Let's consider something for a second. The victim wore that hat all night, never once taking it off, except for that one time. That one time? In this he was hit. Oh. Mr. Wright returned from reporting the crime. The cat was lying on the floor. Mr. Wright picked it up and placed it on the victim's head. In other words, in order to have seen Mr. Smith's bald head, you would have had to have been there in the hideout at the time of the crime. In other words, I must be the real killer, is what you're trying to say. Not bad, Apollo. Heh heh heh. Mr. Gavin, I'm afraid that I haven't been entirely honest with you at the court. What? Oh, I assure you, I had the noblest of intentions. I did it all to protect my client, Mr. Wright. And I'm afraid in the courtroom situation I see little reason to hide anything. Very well, allow me to tell you the truth of what happened that night. Finally, you may begin your testimony. Tell us, how were you involved in the events of that fateful night? The incidents of that man that night troubled me, so I returned to the club. I went down to the basement and peeked in through the little window in the hideout. It must have been right after the murder took place. The victim was dead, as he appears in the photo. A bald head, an unconscious girl, and Wright, holding the bottle in his hand. Since that was not the best place for me to be at the time, so I left. That's when the call came from Wright. So, you witnessed the murder. For better or worse, I missed the actual moment of the deed. Mr. Gavin, may I remind you that you're on Mr. Wright's defense team. Your testimony is clearly disadvantageous to your client. Sometimes I have trouble with the big words. What else could I say? I'm standing on the witness stand, after all. So you are, Mr. Gavin. And you had to testify as you just did. You had to tell me that you saw the scene of the crime through that little window. Mr. Wright? You had to say that. Because that was the only probable window of opportunity. Right, Apollo? Oh. Mr. Wright. Let's should do the cross-examination, not the defendant. Mr. Justice, are you prepared? Yes, Your Honor. Sort of. Let me just double check. Right, there's the window. So I guess if you look through the window, you'd be able to see it. Kinda. Can't believe it, I'm going up against Mr. Gavin. This trial's getting weirder and weirder. Ever since that man that night troubled me, so I returned to the club. That man, you mean Mr. Smith? He was different from the other customers. His aura, shall we say. I knew he was a serious poker player. There's more than that. Then you knew the true nature of your client's job. Of course. But I also knew he wasn't engaged in gambling, which would be illegal. Well, it makes sense that he'd know. They were friends, after all. Where's my friend? I returned to the club. You see, I feared this Mr. Smith might be someone coming to settle an old score. See what happened then. I went down to the basement and peeked in through the little window in the hideout. Little window? You mean the one used to keep watch up on the stairs? It's relatively ancient past. The black marks you used, I believed. Why'd you go to the trouble of peeking into the window? Wouldn't it have been easier just to open the door? And go into the room? I didn't want to upset Wright, you see. Upset Mr. Wright? Yes, what if my fears had been unfounded? I'd be walking in with their match. Bad form, to say the least. So far, everything that he's saying makes sense. Okay. It must have been right after the murder took place. How do you know it was right after the murder? Really, no need to shout, Justice. I'm just getting that part in my testimony. Ah, there he is. The coolest defense in the West, we know and love. Even when you're standing up there on the witness stand, some things never change. I was afraid you changed too, right? But you haven't. Due to that overbearing personality of yours. Friends like these, who needs enemies? Victim's dead as he appears in the photo. By photo, you mean the second photograph of the crime scene? Precisely. You see, he wasn't wearing his hat then. I saw his head when he was dead. And then Mr. Wright came along and replaced his hat. Can you describe the scene of the crime for us? Bald head, unconscious girl on the right, holding a bottle in his hand. Those are the only three at the scene of the crime. Yes, as far as I saw at least. We were back to where we started. Who was the defendant? Phoenix Wright. Who else could it have been? But why didn't you talk to the police? Two reasons. Sorry, I'm getting sleepy. First, I didn't actually witness the very moment of the crime. Second, I was asked to defend Wright. Even after seeing what I had seen, I couldn't abandon my friend. There must have been someone else there at the moment of the crime. Justice, I just said I saw no one. Not a soul. But that goes against what Mr. Wright said. Ah yes, mysterious fourth person. Who would conveniently be the real killer, I suppose. I see we agree, Mr. Gavin. Let me pose a question then. Tell me, what possible reason did the real killer have to swap the cards in the victim's hand? Well, perhaps you can show us a reason why such a thing would be necessary. I can show something I can't find myself. Remember, Paulo, the card that was swapped out was the fifth ace. Fifth ace, right. Well, Mr. Justice, the question of why the killer would swap out the card has been raised. Can you point to a reason? It's now or never. The defense would like to present evidence to the court and show the reason why a card was swapped out. You go ahead and point out your reason, Mr. Justice. Why did the killer take the fifth ace? The reason is, this. Is that an ace? Why, it's got blood on it. Right next to the spade. Oh, what? This is insane. Why wasn't I told about this? Why? Could this be the missing fifth ace? How'd the blood get there? It makes no sense. Inconceivable. How could you? What are you doing with that card? Well, that's the thing. Why is Mr. Gavin so upset? It's just a fishy card from the Fishy Girl. Oh, that card? It's mine. That is, I picked it up at the Borscht Bowl Club that night, after the murder occurred. I gave it to my daughter. Cards are her stock in trade, after all. No, impossible. Unacceptable. The court can't accept this evidence. It's a fraud. A fraud? How can you be so sure? Oh, what? I would think that the only person who could claim it was a fraud would be the one who took the real card from the crime scene, the real killer. Allow me to elaborate. What if this trace of blood was the reason? Reason for the killer to take the card from the scene of the crime? Where are you going with this? Taking a look at the photo and the victim's head. At the moment of the crime, his hat fell to the floor, and a trickle of blood ran from his forehead down to the back of his head. Could a drop of that blood have fallen on one of the cards? Not on the table, no. I suppose the killer then took the card to hide the blood.
Objection!
Regardless, that evidence is non-permissible. Oh? Right, regardless of how you wasted the last 7 years, you used to be a lawyer. You know what a serious crime it is to conceal evidence. And we discuss the finer points of our legal system later. What's important now is that I've answered your question. Well, what are you talking about? You want to know why the killer would have taken a card from this crime scene. And now I've told you. That one drop of blood would have been decisive evidence, you see.
Objection!
This is baseless conjecture, baseless.
Objection!
There he is! Oh, I assure you, it's quite based. Well, what? It's amazing, really. How a single drop of blood on a single card can lead us to the truth. It's quite simple. Well, Apollo? Yes? Try picturing the scene of the crime. In your head. The murder took place in the hideout. The body of the luckless victim was found at the poker table. And before the killer swapped the card out, there was a single card with a drop of blood on it, in the victim's hand. Given this, there's one decisive problem with the scene. Well, what is it? Seems simple, shall we? Given there's a drop of blood on the card, whose position in this diagram doesn't fit? The victims, the killers, the witnesses? The second witnesses? Whose position doesn't fit with the bloody card? Probably the victim.
Take that!
Well, isn't it the victim's position that's the problem? I don't follow your logic here, Mr. Justice. Well, what if the victim was struck on the head, sending him back in his chair? You'd think his blood would fall behind the body, not on the table in front of him. Ah, take a look at the photo again. If you blend this in this position, the blood will fall on the floor, not on the cards. That's right, so what does that mean? Incidentally, we were sitting in the swivel chairs. Swivel chairs? Oh man. Apollo, try turning the chair around. How do I do it? There we go. Chair's facing the other way. It'd have to be. So I have to assume that at the time of the murder, the victim's chair was facing away from the table. Mr. Wright returned with the informant of the police, which way was the chair facing. I came back to the room, but I was facing a scene in this photo. That would mean the killer turned the chair back around. Let's take the next step. Look at the diagram once more. We know now the victim was facing away from the table at the time of the murder. But this creates another significant contradiction. Again? Let's do reasoning skills again, shall we? Oh, whose location on this diagram contradicts our new understanding of the crime? Whose location creates the condition the victim was facing away? The killer. The killer couldn't be here, right? Victim struck from the front, correct? Indeed. Well, wouldn't it be hard for the killer to hit him from the front? Seeing where his indicator currently is? I think it'd be quite hard, yes. Yes, but what you're saying makes no sense. Why would the victim suddenly turn to face the wall? In the middle of a game? Maybe a sufficient reason will soon come to light. Well, what? Oh, wait, there's something in this diagram that makes far less sense, actually. Looking at the diagram. While the victim was struck while he was sitting, as shown here, Where does the assailant be standing? I'm marking on the diagram. There's no room to put a mark where the killers should be. Don't worry, let's think about through and see what we find. The victim was facing toward the wall at the time of the crime. That's the only thing we know for sure. Try to forget about everything else. Where the killer had to be standing to strike a victim from the front. The killer had to be standing, well, here. You get points for flair, but that's about all you get. That was almost something there, too. I had to point out that standing there would be impossible. The victim is facing a solid cupboard. Or you claim the killer climbed into the cupboard and hit him from above. Ha. In simple logic, really. This is the only place the killer could have been. Standing. And that means that at the very moment of the crime... Wait. I know, at the moment of the crime, the cupboard wasn't there. What's this now? I mean, that's the only explanation, right? Mr. Gavin? Your Honor, I have a suggestion for the defense. We should arrange to examine the cupboard of the hideout immediately. Bailiff, send a team to this crime scene immediately. Have them try to move the cupboard. Ah, Your Honor? What? There's one more thing your men should look for. Let's get this to the bailiff. A secret passage! Yes, I see. You do belong in the courtroom after all, Mr. Wright. I do my best. But let's forge ahead here while we wait. I think we gotta stop here. Look at the diagram. Once again, it's been changed. Alright, we're gonna save here. I was a little worried about this, but we made some good progress. But this is kind of a break point, so we're gonna back up here. Alright, so we already saved, so we're good. We saved, we're good. Alright, so and we're back. Giant Fox to the rescue! Alright, so thanks for watching, everyone. We'll be back tomorrow with more chess puzzles and Apollo Justice. Solve this case, maybe start another one. I don't think there should be much more in this case, probably. But we'll find out. And then, yeah, so have a good night. Sleep well. Have good dreams. And I'll see you guys back here tomorrow. Okay? Good night, everyone. Oh, and if you do want to play RuneScape, you gotta let me know, okay? If you want in on this hardcore Iron Man group for old school RuneScape, let me know. We got a group. All right, good night, everyone. Fox out. Night-night.